I feel like that model is much more, it has problems. So I will just stick to the one that I was working on before and perfect that because
Mhm.
that one was having quite a few problems even after optimizing. So I think I have to watch like some Blender tutorial on the lighting and the material and the rendering thing, and then I think I'll be in good shape for tomorrow. So today I will dedicate it for this.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think, yeah, we have these working days when we just check uh, what we do, like in what shape we are, and just I think I will just go on learning you how to do these things, and
Mm,
you just try these things as long as you have time.
mm.
Yeah, maybe we will start now because it's 14:04. How many people do we have now? It's five, four. Okay, okay. I think like we are good. We should start, I think, and then other people will just join us. Yeah, the thing that I wanted to tell you, and I think I will write it today, that yeah, I feel that we're in good progress, but for tomorrow, I was just hoping to have this final presentation stuff. I think it's too hurry. And I think I will just tell you all the stuff that you need to know to produce the space. And then I think around the second, like on Friday, we can have some Zoom call and just go through the spaces and look everything like a small presentation so that you guys have time to prepare everything, to like ask questions and make the things that you desire. And we would make everything work during the week. I think I will answer your questions and resolve some technical problems, but like I feel that tomorrow is a good time just to show you how to add assets, make a 3D text, for example, create custom avatars, but we will not be on time to present everything, I suppose. So are you all right with that? If we would have presentation or some additional call at the end of the week, for example, or you would prefer to end tomorrow?
I think that's a really good idea because we'll have more time to make it look good and be ready for Friday, you were saying? The second?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
Friday is good if everyone is okay with the date and time. I think we should discuss just time where when it.
Maybe I can now take the class on Friday 5 p.m. Maybe I need earlier because I have another class on Friday
Mhm.
evening. Yeah.
So it's not like today, 2 o'clock Moscow, but for example, 1 hour earlier or 2 hours earlier. Yeah. What we just.
Yeah. Let me check that. My class I
We can.
think so it's 5 p.m. in Moscow right now.
No, it's two. In
Oh,
Moscow. Uh,
so oh
you can just tell me like from this time, is it earlier to like 1 hour, 2 hours?
maybe maybe like an hour later or 3 or 5 hours earlier. I think I'm good with that.
Okay, I think hour later for me is better. I would write so.
Yeah.
If anyone is okay, we can make in July, the 2nd of July, 15 Moscow. It's +3 I don't remember this set or some plus 3 hours like that. So if everyone is okay with that, we go like this, or we will just discuss another day or another time. Yeah, I was also hoping to make this space for all our works, but as soon as I was helping and like dealing with some questions, I didn't have enough time even to prototype it. So maybe I would be in time to the second, or maybe we can just go further to, no, there would be not so much time for me. Okay, we just discussed. I think the 2nd July is good for us if it works for everyone. Okay, guys, I'll just write it today in the letter so that everyone can respond to the question, okay? Do we have any improvements, questions, or like state of work from you that we can discuss right now, so that we just deal with the previous questions, these materials and lighting, and then we go on with the next step. Does anyone want to discuss how's your state of work on your project? Did anyone try to upload it to Hubs except Zara? Okay, so we're in work. Okay, Olivia wrote me yesterday that she won't be able to come today. How many people do we have? So we are 5 now, right? Okay, so we don't have everyone. So I think I will start then to tell you the next step and the things that I was working on yesterday and today. And then we can have a discussion if anyone has questions or so. So today we are discussing this model preparation. As soon as we have materials and lights on our model, we can start to prepare it for export to GLB. I was rewatching today these tutorials, and there, like, I just decided to make this thing. It's a step-by-step explanation of how we can export GLB with baked textures. You see that it is rather complex, and I would show you right now how to do it in this live stream so that you can follow me. But also I think it would be useful for you. If you have any questions or miss something, you can come here and look through this because there are many steps, and when I was learning to do that, I had like many problems while learning it. You can just forget something and you need to go one more time through all the steps to just check why it doesn't work. So, but don't be afraid, it's manageable. So the first thing that we need to know, to remember when I think I will start to show you on this model, because I was working on it like in the morning, and I just want to help a little bit with this model, and also it is very simple. And the thing is to learn how to bake something, how to bake a model. You need to start with the simple stuff, because it would be more understandable or more clear how to find a problem if you have one. So we have this model, for example. The first thing you need to do the best way to do this is to get rid of everything that you don't need or don't want to have in your render, in your scene, in your final scene. To do it the quickest way is, I think I will show from layout, is to copy everything you need in the scene. For example, I want this, but actually it is cleared. So, but for example, I want everything except this thing. Oh, sorry, I don't remember how to deselect. Yeah, like that. So I just hide everything I don't need. I have light, I have the objects we need. So I just copy them, Command C, or like just copy objects. I'm not sure if you have Command C because I'm on Mac. So you go to General and just paste the things here. Past objects like that, so that you don't have anything that will influence your final render, because there is a problem in Blender that if you have this thing, for example, and you don't use it, you just, for example, hide it, and then render the floor, texture for the floor would have this green black hole, because this object, even if we don't see it, it influences the final render. And when you have lots of stuff going on in your scene, like some copies of the objects and duplicates, they produce these bugs that you don't want to. Your object starts to appear with black holes or black things in textures, because these hidden objects, they influence the final render. The other way to do it, if you don't want to delete this thing, you need it, but it is like you don't want this black hole on the texture, you need to go to the filter. It's tricky a bit. Just need to go to the filter and click on disable in renders thing, so that you have this option here, and you just click this object and say disable on render. So it doesn't influence the scene anymore, but you need to remember to do that with all the objects. So I suppose it is more simply just to copy the things that you need and go with them to the other file. I'll come back to that file I prepared, so that I made it with this file because we had numerous layers here, and I just took the things that I need. So as soon as you're in a new file, you need to go to this render properties and choose cycles, because it would be easier for the first from the first step. So you choose cycles, and you are good. The file is clear. The second thing you need to do for the file is to adjust materials to each of the elements, each of the separate elements you want to render. So for example, if we want to render this cube room, yeah, with, yeah, let's start like that. If we want to render this cube room, we just create a new material for that, because it will influence, like I would show you why we need to have a material for each separate element a bit later. So we call it cube, for example. So we have lighting adjusted, like the sun. We have texture, this cube. We can play with the shader as I showed you yesterday, for example, to make it more dark, for example, like that, or just to make it more shiny, like that. So we see then, yeah, let's just check that I don't miss anything. Adjust separate material. Then we go to UV editing workspace. So we have materials. The scene is clear. We have no trash. We go to this UV editing workspace. And we have our object in so-called, yeah, I just don't want to miss edit mode, right? So there are two modes. One mode is like when you have object selected like this, and edit mode is when the object shows all its polygons. So you can choose a vertex, for example, and just move it. So we have this edit mode on, this tab thing. We press A and we choose all its faces. And then we go to UV and press Smart UV Project. This thing creates UV map for our model. And it would work for the render, so that when we render it, each wall would have this rendered image that will be then like put on it like a skin. So I just need to show you so you understand what I mean. Also, it is very important, I just forgot to write it here, but you need to check normals. You can do it right here. I think I will make like a screenshot for that as well. To do that, you also press tab. Oh, sorry. No, this one. Press tab A. No, don't press tab. Just check your object and go. Sorry, I just missed it. I think because, yeah. Yeah, you need to press tab, select all the objects and go to this thing, display normals. And if you don't see them, you need to make this thing big. Then you start to see these normals. Normals are the way that the object face is faced. And the thing is, if you have an interior scene, for example, you need the walls to look inside. If you have an exterior scene, you need the walls to look outside. And it influences very much the way that it would render. So if this thing would look inside, it would be recalculated as a black one. If you have any problems with rendering, just check the normals, because it is like a very common issue. Don't forget to check normals, especially in complex models. So our normals are good, like those interior walls look inside, exterior walls look outside, we are good. So we have created UV map, this thing that we needed. So after we made this, let's just check so that you will see how it works. So we go to shading workspace here. we check this thing, just you need it to be lit up like that. So we go to, sorry. Yeah, we go here and develop a new image texture. Press Shift-A here. It will allow you to search for nodes. We need an image texture node. This is a texture that we create, like, you know, when we create renders, we make an image, this render thing. And here we just create an image for all these skin. You can see here, this is the thing that we create. This is the thing for this part. This is the image that I've created. So we create image texture, press new, and then the thing, when you're testing something, like, you need to just understand, is it okay or not? And it is not a final version. You create not very big things, because it will, you will spend too much time if you create something like big images for tests. It takes like time consuming. So we have like cube wall, for example, to name this. So we check the wall, click this thing so it is on. Like if we click here, it doesn't, it isn't beaten up. It should be clicked. And then we go to this render properties and just press bake. In the YouTube tutorials, they say that it is important, and I always check, but they are always like that from the first step if you don't click on them. So just check that everything is here, just all the boxes on, and you just press bake, and then you see that the bar starts to work. Actually, it's always here, but I have it like that. So I just see that the bake, it is rendering this skin. Okay, it's almost there because it's small. So you see the result. This is a render for the whole thing. I just the thing is, when you're working, just don't forget to save as much as you can. And also you need to save these images to the computer. There is an automatic stuff like external data automatically pack, but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes you can miss this thing, and if the image is big, it would be time consuming to remake it. So you have this thing done. We are here. Create a new image texture. Select image texture node. Save UV texture to your folder. So now we have this texture. This is the process, the same process for round wall. Now the final step is to prepare it for export. We go to the world here, world tab, copy background node. This is like some chemistry. I was learning it for some time. Paste it here. And then we just make nodes like that. Yeah, you see. So it is now connected, like the render is connected to its material, and it is baked inside the information about the material. So when we export this thing, it has this render applied to the geometry. Now I would show you how it looks like in Spoke, so you understand. We select the things that we need. Actually, if you have like a clean file. You may not do like that, select, but I have this, like I always do like that, so just select everything. Go to the space, file folder you need to save it, and export GLTF with selected objects. So now I'll just check our go to our window, as I showed, copy background node, paste it here. Yeah, make the nodes like that and export. This is the thing. And then you go to Spoke, projects, and here is this project. I experimented with it, so to prepare this lesson. Here we have the previous version with the textured applied only to round wall. So you see that it differs from the whole model. And if we play with luminance or something, it doesn't influence on this part because it has its own texture, and it also has these shadows from the sun from Blender. So if we upload here our next version, like that, 1 second, it's not very heavy, but still, like that. I just always put our model to 0, 0, 0 coordinates so that you can just replace it. But this thing, I just made it smaller because I thought it may be too big in scale. So we just replace it and you see the difference. So now we have the light, the textures rendered for this thing and for this thing, and the rest is whitish. And yeah, our box isn't influenced by the luminance of the project. That way you can just make the whole scene. For example, if I upload some old stuff, like this is the theater that we made for Moscow. 1 second, it's heavy. But the thing is, when you just bake everything you have in Blender, you Spoke environment doesn't influence you at all. And you have all the lights and all the stuff like just as crispy as you have it in Blender. This is the thing while we do it. So it's still uploading, I suppose, or yeah, it's here. So I just put it somewhere nearby. So you see how huge this thing is, because this is a scan of the real building. So it is, so you see it like that. Spoke won't be able to give you this colorful light things and like all the different colors in one space. So we have a bluish lightning here and like warm light here, and it's all different. And if I bake everything into one model, I have this stuff like I when I was working on this project, I was just have an file like that. So I just was replacing this model, not placing like numerous models or something, just replacing the whole model from time to time, all the information coming from Blender. So we publish it up. And the thing that you also need to remember from here, if I allow remixing, you can give your link, share your link with your friends or with me, for example. So you click here, save and publish, and then you have this link that you copy and pass to your friends. So we see that it is not heavy. The green text shows that everything is low, so the model would work on every device. This is good. We publish scene, wait for a bit, and then we have the first link. I showed it yesterday to you guys, but like view your scene. This link, this is something you can share to give me or anyone opportunity to remix your scene. Yeah, I just pay attention to this because Nana was sharing a link with me, and it was not proper link. Excuse me, Nana, because I'm telling this story about you, but it's okay. You don't share a link from your project from here. It doesn't work for me. I can't influence this thing. I just can remix it from this link. So I'll just copy it, and I have already passed it here, I suppose. Like that. Yeah, but actually it's updatable, so, but in case like that. So if you click on it and go there, the first thing you can do is to remix it or to create a room. So you can just press remix and go to Spoke and play with it. Okay, so now we are making a room, and we just see how it works. With these textures, like low resolution textures, you see this noise here. There's a small human, and it's small because I changed the scale. I was just putting it there to understand how huge this thing is. So you see this noise, it's because the first render we made, this test render, is low resolution. When we prepare something, the final result, so we know that the light is okay, the material is good, and everything works well. We just make a big final render, like 1000 pixels, or better 2000. Then we go to Photoshop, clear it from noise, for example, and better to save it as a JPEG if you have PNG, because PNG is like numerous times bigger. It's heavy. I don't know why. So we need PNG if we have heavy project. And we just check here because the model is not final. We don't have. Oh, sorry, I'm just lost a bit. We don't have an entrance from round room to the to this room, but yeah, you see, it's it has these textures and they're very soft. And from these iterations, like it's the test, you can see that it is rather dark. And if you have lit up skybox, for example, or if you want it to be lighter, first thing you can do is just remake it in Blender. So you know how it looks in hubs. So you go here and make the sun like stronger, or the other way is to make I don't remember here. So from world properties, we can choose ambient occlusion, as I showed you yesterday, so that the model is softer. As you see, for now, our parts that we rendered don't change. If we want to remake the render, we need to go to this shading mode and just make like this. So we have this principal BSDF, or our properties, material properties influence the way that it appears, the way that it is rendered, not this image. When we make the final thing for GLB, we just replace our material properties with this final render, so this thing isn't influenced. So every time we need to remake a render, we need to do like this. So you see, it is becoming lighter, and I suppose, like, I have numerous iterations, but usually in projects, but I suppose you need a few iterations to find this perfect lightning when you're happy with it in the scene. It looks actually pretty good, but yeah, you see how black it is here. Also, the other way to do that, like more quick way, the quickest way, is to go to Photoshop with this texture that is applied, adjusted to this model, and just brighten it like that, for example. And also what I do in Photoshop, I reduce noise because Blender has a denoiser, but when you have some crisp stuff, reduce noise, you want something very beautiful, and you know, in Hubs, you like zoom into these textures the way that you see every detail. I reduce noise with this stuff, you know it, I suppose, so that it is, I'm not sure, wait. Okay, let's do it and preview. It's not reduced very much, but yeah. But you know how to like use this filter to reduce it. I'm not sure why it doesn't reduce like tremendously right now. But yeah, actually, it's always been like that. So it's the best strength. Okay, so then I replace this image. I'll just show you how. I go to the same folder, not to get lost. Check JPEG so that it is lighter than it was, and save it. So if you check, we have this small JPEG. It's, where is its size? Yeah, the size is, where is the size? So it's like, yeah. Actually, it should be lighter. Like I have examples from this museum, for example, when I rendered the stuff, and when you, sorry, not this museum, when you render something into PNG and then save it as a JPEG, and it is huge, render texture, for example, I just make JPEGs because they are way too smaller. Like the PNG file can be 9 megabytes, for example, and we don't want it to go to GLB file, so we make it smaller with JPEG. Okay, guys, I suppose I hope you don't get confused. But yeah, the final thing we do with this stuff to replace, if we make it manually, is press here, go to this folder and choose your JPEG and just replace those nodes. Yeah, so it appears lighter. If you, yeah, we can just test the difference in GLB. File export GLB. And yeah, those are the iterations. I just go like from this file from Blender to Spoke numerous times just to get the result I want to, like I imagine. So we just go here one more time. Is everything okay in the chart? Okay. So we go here and just replace that stuff with new GLB. Let's show this thing like that. And just check if it's better. Oh yeah, I didn't apply back this texture to the model. Yeah, the other thing that I showed you yesterday, if you have some like this scale and I can't replace the model, just I need to change the scale every time, I can just upload it via URL like that. So you see that it is lighter. Maybe you like it better. So it is updated and you can just publish to hubs. Don't forget to publish because if you just change something and go away, it won't be recorded. So we upload it and we see the results. View as seen. I don't know, it became in Russian as soon as Mozilla made it, translated it, and I can't influence the way that. So I'm in the flight mode because I can't reach it anyway. I'll just look at the scene. And yeah, we have it more lighter, and this is the way that you can influence the way that it looks. So for the final step, you need just to make like you render one more time and you make it bigger, not 512, but for example, you can make operations like that here. It's very useful. You can just say multiply 4 and it makes proper numbers. So I make something like that, like 2000 pixels, it's good. Cube wall. So we made a new image for this texture. It's bigger, the render would be bigger. Then we go to the render preferences. And the things that I wanted to show you is those guys, they influence the final image. And as soon as they're bigger, they could be like the render thing. 256 is good. The more it is, the more crispy the render. And also this denoising, if you don't have Photoshop or don't want to go there, you can use denoising. It's not like very cool. It doesn't solve all the problems, but it influences the way that the model looks. And yeah, this is it. But you will see, guys, how much time it would take to render it. Like it started. It can take 15 minutes or it can take half an hour. And the thing is, when you test it and you just check the things, if it's all right, if everything works good, like the light is great, you just don't need to spend so much time to check things for during iterations. For the final thing, yeah, it's good. So I'll just check. Yeah, the final thing that I put on our canvas here is that you can check your GLB models, not only in Spoke, but also there is useful website, this GLTF Viewer. If I have some bugs or some issues, and I'm not sure if it comes from Spoke or from Blender, and also if I need to check like very quickly the model, you can go here and just check how it looks like. It appears slightly different because it has a bit different preferences here. You can influence the way that it is written, but also you see that the things like the elements that are not rendered, they are influenced by this thing, and the elements that are baked, they look the same in all software and all websites. So this is the thing. I think we are good. I hope we are good with this thing. So we have everything like step by step. We made everything from this thing. And this was the main lesson for today. So it took almost 50 minutes. But yeah, once you get acquainted with it, it's not so complex. It doesn't appear so complex, but yeah, you see that we're still baking, rendering. So I think I would go to Zoom now and just look at your faces, I suppose, and just ask you, how are you? Did you like understand what was that? Do you have the models to try to test this stuff? Hey, are you here?
Yes, we are here.
I was afraid that today is like the most frightening lesson, but this is the key. Okay, but yeah, just I suppose to make it more like you can just try it today on a simple cube, for example, because when you make a cube, maybe I should stop it. When you make a cube and just render it, like this thing, for example, it's just the logic of the work. It's just becoming clear, and then you go.
Are you sharing?
Oh, sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just showing the cube. I'm sharing. I was just saying that if you make this on, like, test it on something like that, or even smaller, like literally a cube, like that. So you just go through all the steps with it and just check how it works. You just go into UV editing and making this UV project. This island margin, it influences how much area is between the parts. So if you want to remake something in Photoshop, for example, it's useful to have some margins between them. So you remake everything with a cube and it's becoming clear what you're doing. Okay, so guys, how are you? Do you have any questions about it right now? Or I suppose you need to try to do it to just ask technical stuff. Okay, and also I had a comment about, yeah, the thing that I wanted to tell as well is that when you have some complex stuff, like user, for example, this object. I was thinking about it. Actually, if you drop me a model, I can just check because it's very complex. And as I understand it, it is one model. Yeah, it's not contained from parts. It's just one model. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It may appear too complex for Blender to unwrap it to make this UV map. So I can just check it so that you don't have the technical problems with it, because I'm not sure how to do it, but maybe we need to make it in parts, since it has many polygons in one model. It would take very long time to check if it's good. So I was just wondering, if you want to, I can check how this workflow goes with these complex things, because I haven't had an example like this in my practice. I had always a number of complex models, or I had a problem with in Encave, and I just made some parts of it, like one cave, another cave, not rendering the whole stuff because it takes much time just to test if it works well. So if you want to, I can just check if it works well, or I can try to find an answer how to make it easier for us to
Which file should I send you? Should I send you the Rhino, or should I send you the Blender, or the?
I think the
Which one?
Blender is good. I just
Okay.
check in Blender how it works. I can go through this workflow as soon as it is
Yeah.
more more friendly for me. So, and just check how it works, because I'm afraid it's very complex for Blender. Also, I was checking our Dante with Nana, and I had this problem with our islands. I made this draft in Gravity Sketch, and it is not and imported it to Blender, and some geometry doesn't work well. So these surfaces are good. I can open it in, I just, so you see how much time it takes to make a final. So
Yeah.
just work.
I had another question. So on the mural, I put a second link to my second space. So I was wondering if you could take a look at it, and I still haven't added the material, but
Let's do, let's finish with you, and then I would tell about the bugs or the ways that we can check what's wrong. Okay, so I'm opening. Oh yeah, you made a point cloud. Okay. Oh, it's working. Not so. It's working good actually. Oh,
yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, I should mute myself somewhere. And it is not rendered, it's just shading coming from Blender, yeah?
Yeah.
It's looking good, but we can just check it on a mobile phone. Just for... I'm checking.
For the other one, the previous one, I checked it on my phone, and you were right, it was flat. For this one, this is actually the pink and purple one. So it's not supposed to be black. They're
Uh,
supposed to be like a material. And also one of the material is like transparent. So it looks really different to what I had before. So that's that. And then also I was looking at how to add like skyboxes because I wanted it to be like a purple, really light, like a foggy kind of skybox.
did you
Um,
have problem with that?
yeah, I couldn't find where to add it, like the HDR skybox.
Okay, I think I should close it. You see, it works, but it's like my laptop doesn't work when it is open. And
Yeah,
where is transparent material?
it's the smooth one that's draping down.
Yeah, I was checking yesterday these transparency things in hubs, how we can achieve transparency. And the thing is, yeah, we can only have something like
Opaque.
not so candy. Oh, where is this? I dropped it here. Yeah, this one. We either make something like this, it doesn't reflect anything, or it's just an object that is transparent and it's not candy, or we have, yeah, not transparent, but like rendered materials. And this is something that comes from, as I understand it, from game development. It is an optimization of the soft of Mozilla Hubs so that it can work everywhere. And yeah, I didn't find a way to make it like beautiful and transparent. Yeah, this point
Yeah,
cloud is a beautiful way to make something like colorful but appearing transparent.
mm,
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and how much does it, like, it's heavy, yeah?
yeah.
Did you try to open it on mobile?
This one, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I'll try.
I'll try later.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah,
so what do you recommend? Like, should I just work on the first one, or should I even make a more simpler proposal that's not so like geometrical, like complicated? Like, what do you
uh,
recommend?
I think we should check how it works with the first one because it's smaller, yeah. Just
Mm,
how the render works, how it unwraps, and if we are able to make this GLB with baked light. And
mm,
as soon as we're good, we can just jump to this version. And if we're not on time with the second one, I can just consult you like afterwards. It's okay. So I just
yeah.
want to check if it's good with the first one. But those guys, they have made this stuff. So I'm not sure if they made this texture baked or just like the version that we have. We can check it with mobile. I will check how they made this because
Mm,
yeah, they have this very complex stuff here.
mm.
Okay, and about oh, and about the skybox, I'll just show you. I thought I have put this. Maybe it's in Discord. Example with the skybox so that you can just go.
I saw the link that you sent, like the HDR Haven place, but where in Spoke do we add it? Do we add it as an asset?
Yeah, you just put an image. Uh, I'll just show you. So we go to Spoke and we put an image to my assets. I'll just check if I have the image should be around 2K at the longest side. at least, so it is not small. I think this one's good. We put it to our assets first, and then we just drop it here, as like as we do with the model. Then we say that the projection is not flat, but 360. It's becoming 360. And we make it really huge. And we put it to the center, so it like surrounds the whole scene. And this is it, we are inside. When we upload, we see it this way.
Yeah.
So it works as skybox.
Mm.
The thing is just to make it huge, but if you have a small file, like not 2K, 2000 polygons, or sorry, not polygons, pixels, it may not work so well. So we need some big files. So that's why I was directing you to this site, or you can just find, I think that example I found somewhere else, but it is tricky to find for free, or you need to pay. So we will just check how it looks.
Yeah, this makes sense. But my question is, like where in Spoke do I edit the settings of where the user can like go and not go, or fly or not fly? Like, for example, this HDR sphere that we made, right? So technically it's kind of like a hemisphere. It's half because it's cut off by the floor and you're only using the upper dome kind of thing. So how do you change the setting that they only stay in that circle?
So I think it is in the scene. We'll just check. I think if I remember right, it's when you upload, make the room. Let's check. When you just create the room, you say if it's possible. Oh no, I just need to check. There is some preferences. Not here. Okay, I'll just check. I will answer your question. There is preferences for the thing is can the user fly or not, and you can just say no flying in this room, and it will work. But also, yeah, you look like, see, it's also foggy here. I just made black fog, but you see it looks like this skybox. And also it is very far away. So if I'll try to fly there like that, it would take quite some time to reach it, but yeah, I can just get out of it. So we can make it just very, very big. So it would take much time to get out of it. Did I answer the question? Yeah, okay. So also, yeah, these bugs, I have this problem with the islands right now. Okay, and also Nana, are you here?
Yep.
Hey, Nana. You have made a scene with a skybox, right? Maybe you can share it, because yeah, the link that you dropped me, it's not like I can't open it because it's a link to your project, not a scene. Maybe you can share the screen and show us how the project looks like with your skybox, and we can.
I've actually sent you the right link.
Yeah. Okay. I can just share the screen. So, yeah, I see. I'll just open it. Sure. Yeah, that's right. So I can remix it now. So we have like numerous versions of this scene.
So when we get the final version, how can we delete the previous ones?
Actually, they are on the links. So you just, you don't need to delete them. You can just share the final link to the room, not a scene, but to the room. And it works as a final result. And also you don't allow to remix, or you don't share the remixable scene. So anyone won't be able to remix it.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you just made a dark skybox, or it's not?
No, it's not working. I don't know why.
Okay, so I can just remix it to check. So it works that way. I just open it and say not open the room, but remix it in Spoke. And then I have a new project in Spoke. And I see everything that Nana was working on, so I can influence the way that the scene works. So this is the image. It's big. I think we see this. Is it black? It's not supposed to be black, yeah?
It's not supposed to be black, right?
Okay. And what is, like, what size is it? What's its size?
I guess it's 300 or something.
300. Maybe it's too small. You can just drop me, or maybe I can just download it like that. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't work because it's small. Let me just check. We need something really big to work properly. It's not so small. I'll just try to check afterwards. Like, we have this URL, for example. If I replace this thing with yours, we will see. Yeah, it doesn't. There is some. Yeah, I suppose it's small. You see, there is, like, it appears but buggy. But it's not so bad. Let's check. Maybe there was some properties, but actually, if you have some problems, guys, and you can just go to Spoke, for example, and remix this example. Where is this scene with? Oh, I can't remember where I put it, but there was this example with the Spoke scene with green Alps. So you just can remix that scene and replace one image with another with desired and put your models there, for example. So the way that I did with this scene. So we just wait for a little bit. Okay, yeah, and I think I will open this Dante. Yeah, you see, he says that I haven't saved this image. So I just go and save it so that I won't lose it. File, save. And also, yeah, you can just say automatically pack, but sometimes it loses the images. So I open this thing. Just to show how it looks. Yeah, those things, they are baked. I just tested the way that they would look like. So we see in Spoke already baked model for the skin and the inner thing. So if I re-render it with a better resolution, it won't look so bumpy like that. But now we have this just to test the geometry and the way that I can go through the scene. And actually I can only fly because there is not enough ground there, just connected ground. Let's see what we have. Yeah, and also I just wanted to tell about this thing. This is the geometry that came from Gravity Sketch. I've made a draft there very quickly, like during half an hour, I suppose, and I've made those pretty things, and I hope that they would work good. But the thing is, they appear to be not connected, like they have numerous seams there, like that. When I choose one of the faces and press L, it selects all the connected faces. And we see that this is the thing. And here we have seams. That's why the model looks like that, because the UV map is not connected, like it is bumped. Oh, we have the sky. I think the blackish thing is the fog, black fog that I made. We just need to get rid of it and it would be better. This fog, we can disable it. So we have bright sky. One more time, publish the hubs. And yeah, this is the problem. And for example, if I work from Rhino, I just prefer to make these seamless models, seamless meshes coming from it, so that I don't have this problem in Blender. And actually, I haven't figured out how to make this seamless, these things seamless, how to regenerate them here. And I would look for some tutorials, but maybe we just remake them right here or in Rhino so that I don't have the problem. But yeah, if we have some seams or some holes in our models, the bad news that they would appear on the textures or texture maps. So we see that this surfaces work well, and I press L and it is just the whole surface is connected. There are no seams or joints, and it works well. But for islands, we need to like make some new stuff, I suppose, or maybe I would also try to just to selection. I just want to try to unwrap it the other way, but I'm not sure that it will work. We check it, like go to UV editing. We see that the normals are fine. It is outside. I'll just select everything and say it's a sphere projection or cylinder projection. Maybe it will work, but I'm not sure. And yeah, I will check this thing and sphere projection, and maybe it will work all right. But there would be, I suppose, a seam in one side, but maybe it will be all right. And if I have problem, then I need to remodel this stuff because I can't influence how it goes outside from Gravity Sketch, or at least I'm not, I haven't seen how to do that. So we publish this thing and we see the result. I think it would work all right. I think we see that the resolution is not so cool, but yeah, the image is beautiful. So we just check, and we can discuss then our further steps. Mhm. Yeah, and it's also cool if we have, for example, this skybox, as I mentioned, and we can make different background. If we go to shading, and we choose image, as I remember right, image texture as well. But now I open the thing that I haven't downloaded, I suppose. This background, I can just lit up the scene with this background in Blender, so it would look more natural in scope. Okay, so we just make a room and check how it looks like. Wait, sorry, I wrote Nina instead of Nana. I was in a hurry today. So it looks cool. But we have a theme. Nana, is it an image? It's not an 360 sky, right? It's
Yeah,
just
that's true.
a random image. So we would have this theme if we want to find an HDR sky, because yeah, it's just it wraps it 360, but if the image is not prepared, it looks like this. But yeah, the colors
Actually,
are beautiful.
there is no sky. There is only sky with some landscape, and it's not
Yeah,
what I was looking for.
yeah. Maybe we can just figure out how to make, for example, a mirror of these down so that it is seamless, but on the sky, maybe we can just play with it in Photoshop. I need to check. But also, yeah, we can try to find it with Google Images, but yeah, it takes a little time to do this. But if you try to find something, just make sure that you're where are the tools? Search by image. Yeah, we need to find something large. Doesn't have. Okay, when you're searching for something, try to find large or at least medium. But yeah, the thing, we need 2K at least so that it works well for the sky. Otherwise, we see the resolution as well. Okay, so are we good with this? For Nana, we were just discussing the work today with emails, yeah, and yeah, we were just discussing how it looks like and what assets we want to add, and we have this work in progress. So I think we will go on with via email or Discord. Yes. So Nana, do you have any questions that we need to discuss right now, or we good to go further?
Actually, I have one question. So you added the arena, I guess, there, and I can't actually see it in Blender, and I can't move it. And because it's, I don't know, when I go down there to the lowest point, it's kind of strange. I can't see it from inside. I don't know why.
In Blender, I think I hadn't sent you a file with Arena in Blender. Or you're supposed
No, I mean,
about code.
I mean, just how can you adjust location of an object, for example, of a mirror or whatever?
With this, you're asking how to import assets here
Yes.
to the model. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I can just show how I did it.
Okay.
You go to the file, import, choose GLB, or choose the type of file you have downloaded. I just need to check if it's GLB or not. I don't remember. I think it was Blender actually. So there is workshop here. I think, yeah, this one was just Blender. I didn't have a problem with that. Okay, I'll just show you how I did this, and then I show how to import not Blender. Okay, save, file, open this one. So we download a Blender file from Sketchfab, and we open it, and I just copy paste it to the original file with our. So we have something like this, and this is actually a very good file because it has all the textures and lights and everything. And the scale is good, so we don't need to do anything except copy it to our original file. So I do like that. I just select everything I need. I copied it with the light because there are some light points that imitate this hell light. And I copy it, Command C, and go to the original file. Actually, I think on your laptops, you can find you can open numerous files, but I don't. I just open another file and say paste. You can just right click and paste objects, or I press Command V, and here it is. Yeah, you can see it here in this file hierarchy, and you can manipulate it. Just put it where you want, and that's it. It's ready to be rendered, or just actually when we import some stuff, these assets, for example, yeah, we need to prepare it as GLB as well to work good with the whole model. Otherwise, it would look like in this example when we have some parts rendered and some parts not rendered, so it will differ from the whole model. And if we prepare it and render, like bake the texture, it would work perfectly for the scene. So it is one more step to make it to import it properly. Also, if we have different type of file, for example, we have this low poly coin, and the source is not Blender file, as I remember. Yes, OBJ, for example. I just need to check what is the type, and I go to File, Import, OBJ, find the type, and say import. The only thing that it's not always like imported. Yeah, I have missed the texture, so it's a bit time consuming. to input everything and find the texture. The texture, I think, can be found with this thing. I just need to check the material. So it's just work with models. So I need to check the material, find it, search image. I'm just preparing a window for the material. I need to open and find this folder, its texture. I suppose it will work. Otherwise, maybe I need to go back to this. Oh, it doesn't work properly. So the other thing is to go back to this Sketchfab link and just check if they have another version, or just to invest some time. One thing here. Let's try this. To invest some time to upload it properly. Maybe we can just upload it via Spoke, but we need to check. Maybe we can find it here and use as a message, and it may be prepared already. Let's just check for coin. And we just drop it here if it's prepared. For example, yeah, here it is. We just drop it here. Yay, I think we may, no. Sorry, I think it doesn't appear well because, yeah, I think it has some transparency, or not transparency, but like preferences that are not working in hubs. But we can just check for other models. If we can just drop some model, it will be very good. But yeah, we need to make some research. Okay, this is how it works. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So guys, who is here with us? Oh yeah, so we can just work with this project. Yeah. Do you have questions, Jinju? Sorry if I misspoken your name. So please tell me how to say properly.
I think it's hard to pronounce. So just call me what you want. That's fine for me.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And when I show my screen right now.
Uh-huh. I think you're you can just try it.
It say you don't allow me to do that.
Oh, just ask me. Yeah. Try again.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Right now. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So I made the tower this afternoon, and I put light. So I don't know why there's so much noise on my wall, but I think the light is alright. And when I see this in here, I can see the.
I can answer you quickly. This noise, it's because of the preview, because it doesn't calculate to the final point. It just shows a preview, so it would appear properly when you render it.
I see. So and I want to put some environment for this building, like the picture I show you in the first day, like maybe like this, or maybe some mountain or some field. So do you have advice if I put some want to put some mountain around the building, is it better if I put it in Blender, or I put that in the Spoke?
It would be nice to create it in Blender, and we also have links to in Discord, and I added them to a Miro canvas where I show how to generate the land very quickly. So the only thing we need to do is to check if it doesn't overlap our model, our building, or we need to boolean it from the terrain so that it has a hole on where the building is placed. But yeah, it would be beautiful to have it from Blender.
So is there some mountain they have made in, so I can just use it directly, or I need to do some to make a new mountain in Blender?
Actually, if I share a screen, I can show you where you can take it.
Okay. Just maybe after another question.
Uh-huh.
So another question actually is also about the environment. I want to know is it possible to, if I want to put the mountain in a very, how to say that, in a position that I want it be there, because I find that there maybe it's hard to put a thing I want to such as how the I don't know how to say that. It's like such as I put a object on here, but I want to it not put it like there. I want to maybe little far or little near, but I think it's maybe a little hard to make it or put
Sorry,
it where I want.
I think it's also audio, but I didn't get the question. Maybe you can just write it via chat. You want to make the mountain mirror or like reflecting?
No, it's about the location. Cause if I want to put a building in the location where I want, I think in this software I need to grab it and drag it on the XYZ axis, but sometimes I cannot find a point, such as if I put it, I grab this one, I only can control like the points when it choose for me, but if I want to choose this point to move it, I can do that.
Oh, yeah. You have issues with transformation, like dragging, yeah?
Yeah.
With modern. Okay, yeah. If it's the second question, maybe I will answer them, the two questions, and show my screen to answer them, and then we can just go on with your screen if we need to. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have an example here, but I can show you as well. I just need to check. There was a useful tutorial how to work like quickly with the snaps. Sorry, I had low poly tutorial, as I remember, right? So maybe I just show you. Yeah, I think you should look through this, because this tutorial it's rather big, but you can scroll through through it, but it shows how to model stuff very quickly, and it was very useful for me at the time I was learning. But also I can just try to show you how to move things quickly. I think this. So if you want to move, we go to layout, yeah. And for example, we want this cube to be bigger and like to appear like this wall, for example. I just press tab to this edit mode, yeah. I have this arrow selected, select box. Then, for example, I press 3. We have these little guys here. Those are for the things that you select, and we want to select face like that, for example. So we can just move faces, and if we press Control, or sorry, I just need to remember which. Sorry. Yeah, we need to activate this thing, vertex. This is the magnet, this like snap, snapping point that allows us to snap vertices and everything.
I know that already.
Sorry, the audio is not good. Okay, so you have problems. Okay, I'll just show the thing that I wanted to show. Like you can snap now. If you drag an arrow and press Alt, you can snap to different vertices like that. Then I think, yeah, that was in that tutorial. If you say Command S, yeah, if you say, for example, vertex, select vertices, and you select one of the vertices and press Shift S, cursor to select it. So you have a cursor, this thing, coming to the vertex. And then you can just say to this object, set origin to 3D cursor. Now you have it here. I just went out from tab mode, press tab and set origin to 3D cursor. And now you can put it right to the place you need. You have this arrow, push Alt, press Alt, and you go like that. So it is snapped, and you can snap actually different, different stuff. So I do that.
Yeah, I understand that. Thank you.
Is it an answer to your question?
Yeah. Yes.
Great. I think it was in this tutorial, and I had these problems as well. So I just needed, like, there are some very useful stuff. Like, for example, if you press tab on it, just select it and press tab, you have this menu, for example, and you can insert faces. We need just to, we just click on the face, select the face and say insert faces, for example, and we have this, and then we press E and it makes this, and when you know everything, it's like becoming very easy. Yeah, but it takes some time to learn. Yeah, and this way you can model very quick. Okay, so just like you can just look at it in scrolling it or in a quick mode, but yeah, just you can learn quickly how to make some stuff like that. Okay, and the second, the first question. And I just dropped you yesterday a file with the landscape. I just look, it was a Blender file. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here, this thing. It's in our Discord. Yeah, there I showed how to generate quickly a terrain. But if you open this file, there is already a terrain that you can use. So if we, I will open it right now and just show you how it works. Downloads. And the thing is, you can just select if you want some mountains to appear higher, for example. So we have something like this, but maybe I should show you how I made this. Layout, object, layout, add mesh. And we have this add-on. I just showed you in Discord how to activate it, but here it is. Here is the generated landscape, and you can actually remake it, like, sorry, the first one. We need to get rid of this. One more time. It's just didn't allow me to show you how it works. So you can change this random seed and it appears differently. It's very cool. Also, you have this mesh size, so you just can change it like that to be the size that you need, like that. And also you have this height, sorry, how high it is. I don't
Wow.
Okay, like that. Height, I suppose it's pronounced. So you can change this, and when you are good, you're happy with it, for example, you just take it, like select it, and say object convert to mesh, so it is not this like object landscape object anymore, but a mesh. Yeah. And when we press tab, we see all these vertices. And for example, if we want our building to appear somewhere in the center, and we want some, like this part to be higher, we can just say we need to check this. This is proportion.
Yeah, I know this.
Thing, yeah, so that it is not like changing softly, and we can just like you can just check how it's going. Oh, sorry. And you can just, for example, influence, and also, yeah, you can just check this thing and not sphere, for example, but root, and this way you can just change slightly like that, for example, the way that it appears, and it works better. And then we can try to boolean the model. Yeah, so we can make a hole in it so it doesn't overlap the building. I suppose you can do like that, or you can just take this this model so that you don't need to activate this add-on and find like this stuff. You can just take a model from here and remake it slightly the way that you like it. This is it. And also in this file, as far as remember, yeah, I made it this shader that we were discussing yesterday with Olivia, so you can play with it also. You just go to its properties and say you don't want it to be like that, but just white and black, for example. You just play with it and it's like you can produce some cool stuff you would like. Okay.
Sorry for that. Oh,
Okay, so I answered your questions, right?
yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So do we have anyone who is an Asus account? do we have anyone who wants to ask more questions right now about the project?
I think Nana write something on the for you on the chatting board.
Yeah. Actually, it's better to write in Discord or in email, not Zoom chat, because I can find it afterwards. So if you write, just please write somewhere, Discord or email, okay? So guys, for today, we're on time, great. So I just wanted to ask you if it's good from your point of view that we stop for today, because I feel that it's enough for tutorials, like for a work to do. And we can go on tomorrow with this. I will make a lecture or like just show you how to create custom avatars. There are 2 versions of how to do this. And I think it's cool to know it. If you don't want to, you can not produce them during this workshop, but yeah, I'll just show how to do this. And also I can show you tomorrow how to make 3D texts so that you can use them in the final version of your Spoke, of your Mozilla Hubs rooms. And maybe if you have some questions how to do something that you have seen in examples, you can also ask me, like write me today or tomorrow what you want to know, like to learn. And I will also tell you about that. And I think like tomorrow we will start with this small lecture, and then we go through the projects, like we can just check how are you, what's your state of work, are you good with this export GLB or not at all? And just don't hesitate and drop me emails, or like I can help you during today evening as well. And then I suppose if everyone is fine, we can just give you some time to work, not in a hurry, just to produce your spaces, and we will have presentations a little bit later, so that you will be on time to with your projects. Are we good with that?
Yes, we are good. And also I was able to do the HDR thing. I put a link on Miro, and it looks good.
Great. This thing?
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
I just have a quick question. Like, let's say we want to change the floor plane, like what it looks like. So I was trying to find like pre-made ones on Spoke, but I couldn't find. So could we just get a high resolution image and then rotate it and use that as the floor?
Yeah, you can just put an image as a, yeah, we can just put an image in Spoke. Yeah, now you miss a floor, right? But also, I just, for your project, Zara, I was imagining that we produce a model with shadows from the structure so that it looks smoothly. And if we put an image in Spoke, it won't have these shadows. Maybe we
Okay.
need to
No
go
image then
Spoke.
for
So
that.
you meant something different?
No, I meant you're right. For the oh, I can hear my voice.
Oh, sorry, it's from Hubs. Sorry.
So you know I have two models, right? So
Yeah.
this one will have no floor, like it'll stay white, so the shadows will work. But for the other one, I was asking for the other one. Yeah.
For this one, you want to do what? To put an image just in Spoke?
Yeah, like the one that you had opened, the one that I sent you. Like for example, I used the HDR skybox image. Like I opened that on Photoshop and I saved it as PNG. And then I used it as the skybox, but then the floor was still a grid. So I just rotated the same PNG as the floor.
Yeah, you can do that, but you can't work on it, walk, go on it, yeah? You can just put a ground plane, for example, and it would be walkable. And then you can put on it an image. So you would have a hidden geometry that works as a ground plane. And then it will let your users to go on it, and you put an image PNG upon this geometry, or just higher or lower, and they see the PNG but go on this hidden
The
geometry
floor.
ground plane.
Makes sense.
Okay, great. So yeah, but I believe we need shadows.
Yeah, I know. I'll send you the Blender file. Should I retransfer it to you?
Yeah, you can just write me the
Email.
email. Yeah, because I suppose it's heavy, so the Discord won't let you to put heavy file here. It's
Okay.
no more than 8 megabyte, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so guys, we're perfect on time today. So if you have questions, technical support or something, just don't hesitate, write me. And also, if you have ideas for the final presentations, not yours, but mine, what you need to know before the end of the workshop, you can also ask me and I will tell you. Yeah, and meanwhile, I would try to help you with the final steps. So we are good. And yeah, I hope like during this week we will produce these prototypes and the final spaces. And maybe, yeah, I will be on time to produce this lobby or some space for all the links that we have, so that it will be a holistic image of our work. So thank you for your work, and see you in Discord, email, and tomorrow, right? So tomorrow we're starting 1 hour earlier. I will write you a link today or tomorrow early in the morning, so that you will see what time you need to start. Okay. So,
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so bye guys. Thank you for
Bye.
your work and see you